Hey guys, so this video was highly requested by some of the people that watch my channel that I know in real life. So they asked me to do a matchup between Senator Elizabeth Warren, who is presumably the front runner already. If she did run, she would probably be the front runner with the endorsements. But versus Mike Pence, if Donald Trump does get impeached or he resigns, which I highly doubt will happen. But this is just a what if scenario. So obviously Mike Pence is a very talker. He did very well in the VP debates, better than anyone expected him to do. He's a lot better by far on Donald Trump in keeping us cool. He doesn't go out and say crazy things. And if he breaks away from the Trump campaign and says he was only there for the Republican Party to unify, he most definitely could win this election. So I'm gonna go over again Senator Elizabeth Warren versus Mike Pence. Start with some of the obvious states. California, safe Democrat. Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Utah, and Arizona, Montana, Wyoming, North, South Dakota, Nebraska, all 5 electoral votes I'm going to give to Mike Pence, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas, then I'm going to leave New Mexico and Colorado, toss-up, Arizona, and Hawaii, Republican, Democrat, respectively. Now we're about halfway through the United States. Minnesota, I'm going to leave as a toss-up. Iowa, safe Republican. With the Trump margins, I don't see Elizabeth Warren getting out the African-American vote there, nor the white working class. Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, safe Republican. South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, his home state, of course, safe. West Virginia, North Carolina, and Florida. I see these all as safe Republican states. Now, this puts Mike Pence at a very good position. Right now, all he needs to win is just 2 states out of these. So let's say he wins Pennsylvania and Ohio. He wins the election. So all of these Rust Belt states are going to matter a lot, especially to Elizabeth Warren. But let's just keep going through the safe states. Ohio, I'm going to leave as a toss-up, even though that one went for Trump by a very big margin. Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, Massachusetts, our home state, Connecticut, Rhode Island, West Virginia, New Hampshire, I'm going to leave as a toss-up, in Maine. I'm going to leave 1 congressional district to Mike Pence. Now this puts Mike Pence at 242. Essentially, he just needs to win 1 more of these states to win, and any of the yellow states will help him greatly. Say he wins Ohio, he just needs to win 1 more yellow state to win one more yellow state above 10 electoral votes to win. So I forgot to put these as a toss-up. Right now, 111 electoral votes will decide the presidency. So let's go through these again. So just to recap on some of the states: Iowa, North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Arizona. These are the states that were toss-ups in 2016 along with Utah, but Utah won't be a toss-up for any rest of the elections. These are toss-up states, and that were in 2016, and I see them going solidly Republican for someone like Mike Pence. Elizabeth Warren, there is no way she could turn out Democratic voters like Obama did, or even Clinton did. I think that Elizabeth Warren would underperform Clinton, and I'm pretty sure you all know how this plays out. I think that New Hampshire would flip because of the fact that Mike Pence knows how to explain and show that he was a white working class citizen. He built his way up in Indiana. Although he might not have a high approval rating there, he is still fairly liked amongst the Republicans, and the Republicans are the majority there. So New Mexico I see staying safe Democrat because it's trending more Democrat, and history tells us that it'll stay blue. Nevada, I'm going to leave blue just because of history, past elections even against Trump versus Clinton, but I think it'll be very close. Colorado, sorry, I dropped something. Colorado, I think this one will stay Democrat, just barely, because of the Latino population here. I think that they'll come out and vote for Democrats, and I think that'll land her a very small victory. Virginia, I think that one will stay blue because it is turning more Democratic with the urban counties, and I think that Tim Kaine could really help Elizabeth Warren here. So that puts Elizabeth Warren at 218 to 246. In order to win the election, she would have to turn the entire Rust Belt towards her, and then either keep Minnesota or win Ohio. But that's probably not going to happen. Well, she'll probably keep Minnesota, but she probably won't win the Rust Belt. So that's a what-if scenario. Let's say she loses Minnesota, she'll have to win Ohio, where it's an uphill climb there. Pennsylvania, I think that one will stay with Mike Pence, just because of the fact it went for Donald Trump, and Mike Pence is a white working-class citizen. He was, at least, so they could relate to him a lot more. And you just pick any one of these 4 states that all went for Donald Trump except for Minnesota. These were all within 5% for Trump or for Clinton. Actually, not Ohio. Ohio was 8% for Trump. But pick any of these. Say he wins Michigan but loses everything else. Look at that. He still wins the election. So let's say he takes Ohio but loses there. Elizabeth Warren would need to win in a state like Pennsylvania, and that's probably not going to happen, because of the fact that Mike Pence is a very strong Republican, and he could appeal to the angry Democratic voters again. Even if they may feel betrayed by Donald Trump, Mike Pence is not Donald Trump. So, I'm going to say that Elizabeth Warren will keep the state of Minnesota, just for now. I'm probably going to flip that later, but I'm thinking this is what might happen in an eventual scenario, and I think Mike Pence will take Wisconsin, angry white working class, Michigan, I think I'll take that one, and Ohio, there. But since the Rust Belt goes, Trump made in marks with a broken Republican Party in Minnesota. So if Mike Pence has a full Republican Party behind him, I very well think this could be the map. Now, let's say Mike Pence's approval rating is very high. Let's say there's a war. Everyone rallies behind the president during war. So he would win Virginia, Colorado, New Mexico, and Nevada. This would be a very strong map for Mike Pence. Now, this is only if he's able to, let's say Donald Trump starts a war and Mike Pence takes over because Donald Trump is impeached. Things would show that polls show that people rally behind the president in a time of war, of course, because they have patriotism and they stand behind their president. So, I'm thinking if Donald Trump does start a war, this would be the map. However, if there's no war, I think that people would still be trending Republican, but still vote in this way. Mike Pence with 323 electoral votes, more than Donald Trump did with 306, because Donald Trump did not carry the state of Virginia, nor did he carry the state of New Hampshire. So, let's just say this would be the map. Sorry, not 336, and not 323. 310 to 228. Now, this is contingent on the fact that Mike Pence would need to win New Hampshire and Minnesota. That one is still a toss-up in my mind. I mean, Elizabeth Warren could definitely win it if she played her cards right. But the way that the party is moving towards a more conservative value in the white working class, they could very well take Democratic voters there. But I'm thinking that it'll very so slightly stay with Elizabeth Warren. So let's go on to my election night. I can show you guys what I'm working on right now. Actually, this is the map right now that I'm currently working on. You're going to see stuff related to this come out in my videos. Right now, I'm working on the 7 p.m. poll closings. They have Puerto Rico here, but I'm not going to use that one. Right now, these are all just presets. So, yeah. And so this is the electoral map again. So, thank you guys for watching. Tomorrow, it'll probably have the election night out. I mean, it takes a very long time. You can ask any of the creators. These take a very long time, but they are very fun to make. I've been out with family for a while. I was at camp this entire week. So, since I was at camp, yesterday was my last day, which was a Friday. But since I was at camp, that's why I didn't upload most of the time during this, which I'm sorry about. But I'm hoping that I'm able to have more daily uploads rather than like every other day. So the election nights will probably take a couple weeks to make, considering the fact that they do take a very long time. I'm not using something like Google Slides. whereas other creators may use that, and it still takes them a long time. I'm using something that renders, and it takes 29 seconds to render 2 seconds, because my computer, I'm using a MacBook Pro, and it should render fast, but it doesn't. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.